Okay, you are live.
Hello, everybody. Hi. My name is Garlips. I'm an alleged speedrunner, and welcome to an American Tale. I'm going to provide an American Tale for you today. I'm joined by my very good friend, Handsome Strife.
Hello there, I'm Handsome Strife. And I'm scared.
Yeah, if you can see it, like you're probably seeing in the general stream area that there's a mouse. There's a scary mouse that moves occasionally and doesn't blink. His name is Fievel. He's the main character, and he's already taken your soul, I'm afraid. That's the price of entry. But we're going to be playing American Tail for you today. I'll just go ahead and get started because we're speedrunners, and that's what we do.
Before you start, I just want to shout out a donation because I've never had a donation this high before.
Okay.
First of all, your £11 donation, was that an £11 donation, or was it £11, or was it like £10 plus the 10% donation?
I tried to do the 10% donation fee maths.
Ah, right, because if you selected that, it comes up as a £10 donation, you see, so what it turned out to be was you put in an £11 donation, and on the stream it comes up as £9.90.
Okay.
Because... yes, I guess. But yeah, so if you click... So my programming skills has made sure that if you type £10 and click that, it comes up as a £10 donation. But yeah,
right.
So...
no worries.
Don't worry about that anyway. But the next donation, I just want to quickly shout out because this is the first time we've had a 3-digit amount at InstaYabathon with the new donation system. It's a £100 donation from a guy called Stream Chat AI, and I have no idea who that person is. If you're in the chat, then thank you so much for that donation because that is extremely appreciated. And the message is good luck with the run Garlips from Deck, Tetter and Handsome Strife, and the incentive goes towards Enter the Void. And that is the Sneak King incentive, and that incentive is now met. And it also goes towards the Choose a Pokemon Pikachu for the Pokemon Puzzle Challenge Intense by Razor Flamecon, which is happening tomorrow. So thank you for those donations. So now you can start your countdown and get started with the run.
No worries. They just completely ruined my £10 I threw at Totodile. Thanks, guys. But yeah, one of the 3 donators is in the room with us now, so thank you very much, Handsome Strife, and of course Deck and Tates. It's very kind of you. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right, 3, 2, 1, begin. So this is an American Tale. American Tale is a PS2 game made for children who are far too old to be playing this game because American Tale came out in what, like 1986 or something? Like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's an old game.
It's basically I run a whole... Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. I was going to say I said it was an old game. It's not necessarily an old game. It's an old movie that then they just somehow got the rights for and then shoved a load of the movie clips into this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, even... Oh no! Oh, that's bad. Yeah, don't worry. Garlips is just, do you know what? Garlips is going to restart the level. It's absolutely fine.
So I threw you by talking about it as if it was an old game.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think maybe the ramifications of what you said don't fully sink in, because this game came out almost 20 years ago, Handsome Strife. It is an old game. Oh my goodness. It's alright, I'll get the hang of this in a second. I only speedrun the game. This is Monkey Ball at home. Thankfully, not all of the levels involve Monkey Ball. Thank goodness, because right now I'm having a rough time with it. Here we go.
Yeah, in terms of the story, there's currently a massive storm and the ship is extremely waterlogged, as you can tell, and Fievel is trapped in a soap bubble.
Yes.
I would like to say that if you look at the size of Fievel compared to the size of the ship, you could probably only fit 2 adults on this boat.
That is true.
So,
yeah.
I don't know where his family are. They're gone. All the other mice are gone. The ship's been abandoned in this game.
Oh my goodness! I am making a meal of this. If it's any consolation, viewer, this is really hard to control. Okay. Just pretend that this is really, really difficult, because it is.
This isn't your normal monkey ball. This is monkey ball with ice physics.
Yeah, there we go. We got through level 1. To be fair, I would say level 1 is the biggest reset point because it can just go horrifically wrong like that. But we're at a marathon, so we can't do that. Skip another FMV. Now, this is... Oh, hello. That was a bit weird. Right, so this is a bonus level. Luckily, we can skip the bonus levels in the any %. That is allowed. In fact, Handsome Strife has pioneered a new technique of going to the main menu screen, but we haven't submitted a run with that in it yet. But he's worked out the timing, and it's actually quicker.
Yeah, it's quicker, but my skills at this particular level are so subpar that I have to rage quit the game.
Yes, this is level 2, aka Taking Liberty, and we're flying a pigeon right now, who needs constant birdseed, or he'd just fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
So
his energy drinks are birdseed, and this is the only way that Fievel can force this bird to deliver him to cheese.
Yes. So you can collect these birdseeds. You can also skip a few because you can kind of go past a few and make it up later. Although I only recently, well, I say recently, I didn't know that there was a boost button in this level because I didn't read the manual like I was supposed to when I bought the game.
I would just like to say, Garlips, that I have the manual in front of me.
Oh, right.
And I will give you the instructions that the manual says. It says, use the left analog stick or the left-right directional buttons to steer Henry through the busy harbour, avoiding birds, rocks, boats, and the water below. Follow the blue arrows to collect the yellow bird seed, which is used to replenish Henry's energy meter at the top of the screen. It does not mention anything about a boost button.
Vindication!
So the fact that there is a boost button is not told. Like even in the controls section of this game,
incredible.
The X button can be used to jump or increase parachute speed. So I almost feel like the boost button in this level is a bug.
Wow. Thank goodness. Right, we got through level 2. So yeah, every level is slightly different, apart from a couple which are slightly similar. There are only 6 levels, so thankfully the game is quite short. We're on to the second bonus level. Now, if we were using Strife's method, we would just quit to the menu, but because we're not brave enough to do that yet, we'll just do what I know, stick to what I know, so I don't get scared. So we're just going to kill Fievel on this laundry instead. That makes perfect sense.
Whip him to death with sleeves, seeing as he can't pull his own up.
He's got like hooked features. He's very SCP-esque here. Oh, and his pupils have disappeared as well. It's even better.
It's just a terrifying mouse.
He really is. And I think that's what An American Tale is all about, you know? It's
definitely not about the cat that's in there that appears in the film for all of 5 minutes and yet is plastered over all of the marketing material and doesn't appear in this game at all.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I used to watch the second one a lot more than the first one, so I'm much more familiar with that one. In the second one, he becomes a sheriff.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Fievel Goes West. Is there a Fievel Goes West game?
There is, for Super Nintendo.
Oh.
And I haven't played it yet, but the sprite work looks lovely, though. Oh, this level's going fairly well so far, so let's wait for the wheels to come off. So we're just collecting cheese. You can see that we've got a cheese-based compass at the top of the screen that tells us whether our cheese is left or right. Ooh, this is probably the fastest I've ever done this level. Holy smoke.
This is pretty good. Yeah, all the cheese is always in the same positions, so provided that you know roughly where the cheese is. It's easy enough to grab. The difficulty is depth perception.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're never quite sure if you're actually touching the cheese or not. So there's been a few times, especially when I've played the game, that I've run around the cheese multiple times as opposed to picking it up.
There are also one-hit kill holes as well, which, because of the depth perception, it's very hard to tell whether you're actually jumping over it or not. Same bonus level, just at night time. I mean,
different now. We're whipping in with trousers, so
it's a completely different scenario, and yet the same outcome. There we go. We're done. So I was saying at the start before level 1 went horribly bad for me. This is published by Blast. Now, Blast Publishing are kind of infamous for putting out a bunch of low-effort Drek shovelware on the PS2 and the Wii. Some DS games as well around the sort of like mid to late noughts. Ooh, skip some FMV. So, well, I'll explain this level briefly. We just need to follow this guy. We can't be too close to him. We can't be too far away from him. Right, now I'll go back to what I was saying. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Blast games. So I run a bunch of other Blast games. And they clearly just went about buying IPs that were cheap and going, okay, let's just pump something out. So they bought the Thunderbirds IP and pumped something out. They bought Casper and pumped something out, so on and so forth. And An American Tail seems to be very much in that vein. They also did a Lassie game that's quite infamous. They did a Babe game based on the Pig property. A Dr. Dolittle game as well, which does not feature Eddie Murphy at all.
They made a Babe game? Oh, no.
It's horrendous. It's one of those games where, like, some of these games can be surprisingly fun in their jank. Like, even An American Tail is enjoyable. Babe is just a weird puzzle game with 2D graphics, and you're like, why is this on my PlayStation 2?
In case anyone is considering looking up the Babe PlayStation 2 Blast game, do not Google Babe Blast, is all I will just say, because that's a completely different game, apparently.
Yes.
You wanna make sure you add PS2 to the search query.
Yeah, you want the result to come up as just one very, bless him, dedicated guy on speedrun.com who has the only run for Babe, as far as I'm aware, although I stopped following the page a while ago when I decided I wasn't going to be running it. Sometimes with these games, you pick them up. Like, for instance, I already had Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Postman Pat as well. They did a Postman Pat game. I picked those up before I knew about Blast. So, like, everyone at some point has probably just picked up one of these games and played it for 5 minutes. And that feeling of when you do that and then you go to speedrun.com and there's no page, you're like, oh. And that's why I run so many Blast games. Free world records, baby.
I have just looked up the speedrun for Babe and saw that it's 2 hours 40 minutes, and that is
another
too long.
That was another nail in the coffin. I walked away. I said that'll do. No thanks.
You said that'll do, pig. That'll do.
I did. So we're trying to keep a safe distance from this guy. It's pretty much autopilot. I think Strife confirmed once you hit 9 feet. Close to 9 feet, you basically fail the level and have to start from a checkpoint.
Yeah, if you get 10 feet is the closest you can get to him. As soon as you hit 9, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
But the music's pretty funky, you know. That's something. It's interesting because the reason that we are, game-wise, the reason that we're following this mosquito is because we heard our father playing violin, and he seems to have transitioned into some form of jazz.
Well, I make the joke that this is very, like, when is it set? It's like, is it Great Depression or early? It's earlier than that, right? It's like late 1800s, I think.
1 second, caller, and I will find out.
Yeah, let's get the deep lore on An American Tail. But yeah,
1885.
There you go. I wasn't far out. So yeah, this is very like period fitting funk. You know, this was the funk they used to play back then. Right, level's done. Now we get to do the exact same level in reverse. It's almost as if the devs were lazy. So, at this level... Oh, hang on, we got a bonus level first. This time, actually landing on something that looks like it might hurt. Ouch, right?
It's interesting that they decided to put spikes on the pipes to stop mice, I guess. I don't like...
I think it's just... Yeah, I think it's a standard feature of most sewers, apparently.
That's probably my problem. I've not been down to the sewers recently to check out. But I mean, maybe in 1885, this is what the sewers look like.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Everything else is so incredibly accurate. I can only assume that this must be too.
That's fair.
Right, so here's the second to last level, or penultimate level. We're going back down the level we just came up, except now we're on a roller skate, and it controls badly. Basically, you want to do minor adjustments, minor turns, because every time you kind of put your whole body into the turn, you kind of reduce Fievel's speed, and you can actually reduce his speed to a point where he won't travel horizontally anymore, and then you have to restart the levels. So, plus there are those pits that we go past that don't have walls. Ooh, clip that. Should be all right. Yeah, we should be all right.
You know, inspiration from Tony Hawk here, 100%. This is... Funnily enough, I was playing this last night for my sins, and I forgot to touch the controller as this level started, and I got about halfway through without even
that's amazing.
putting an input in. So...
Game's playing itself.
Yeah. I genuinely at one point was just like, I'm just going to see how far this goes. And then Fievel made a mistake, and I was like, Fievel!
It's kind of amazing, yeah, because like if we know where that point is, we could kind of have a little mini break, you know?
I don't trust this game.
No,
I don't trust to do it again and have the same outcome.
Yeah, that's
just, like...
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair. Right, here we go. I think we're coming up on the approach to the end of the level. You'll know because you can see the end of the level from quite far away. Yeah, there it is. So we just don't want to clip this rock. I have failed here before by clipping that rock. Boom. And we're on to the last level. Yeah, there's no bonus level between this level and the last one. So the last level I'll explain. We're chasing all of the cats out of Manhattan, I think, or so it's something to do with that anyway. So that's what we're doing with our giant scary mouse machine.
There are no cats in America. is the motto of this film. Despite all the cats, there are no cats in America.
It's like St. Patrick and snakes, right? Like there are no snakes in Ireland because St. Patrick drove them out. Well, Fievel, he got rid of all the cats.
Yeah. New York has no cats now. If you go to New York, no cats because they were chased out by the what is it called?
In 1885.
Yeah, by the giant mouse of Minsk.
Wow.
People that was told to Fievel by his father.
Can I just take a second to thank Handsome Strife for not only playing the game, but also then going on a heavy, deep lore dive and watching the movie as well. I appreciate it so much. And time. That's time.
BG's.
Thank you. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Level 1 was a nightmare, but it kind of got better from there.
I mean, 15:49 is probably a better time than I've managed.
It was better than practice.
Yeah. And that would put you third on the board if you weren't already, you know, there with a better time.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? It's always a joy to run an American Tail because, it's just the right level of jank for me. If you're interested in joining the American Tail speedrunning community of however many of us are on the board, maybe 4, you can feel free to do that. You can feel free to do that. We'll be coming up again with another run in a moment, so we'll probably save all our shout-outs and things for then. But thank you, Handsome Strife, for being here with me and running through Manhattan together.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
I would like to finish this section by saying there is a credits part in the in the main menu, and in the manual it does say that you can press the X button to discover who made this thrilling video game.
Wow. It was Data Design Interactive.
Shout out to Data. What was it? Data Design Interactive. Hey.
Yep. And
They
all
didn't even bother
these
putting the
people.
2 people who worked on it. Oh, there we go.
And that's that.
Anyway, well, thank you very much for the run. Well, we're gonna see you again in like 10 minutes. So we're gonna put the intermission screen on. We're gonna go for a very quick break first before we actually go on to the next run. It's just so that anybody who wants to go make themselves a nice warm cup of tea, or I don't know, use the toilet or something, can do so. And we will have Bad Way Any Percent by Garlips in about 5 to 10 minutes time. I'll stick some music on from one of our affiliates, Epidemic Sound. Don't forget, if you want to use their library in like videos and live streams, there's a link down in the panels below. It's an affiliate link. That means we get a little bit of commission if you buy the product. They're fun. It's a really good sound library, and we sample some of their music today and tomorrow during the stream as well. So if you like what you're listening to and want to use them yourself, then please be sure to make use of that affiliate link so that we get a little bit of a cut. And also, we'll donate a little bit of that commission to the charities as well. So, don't forget, of course, we are doing this as a charity event as well. If you'd like to donate, then please go to the donation link, !donate in the chat, or there's a link down the panel as well. Our current running total is £109.90, which is already higher than what we raised for Yellow and Blue last year, which is very good. So please keep those donations coming in as well. There is an incentive which is going to be taking place after this next run, so it's the Frogan Encore by the Hell Fridge. If you'd like to see that, then be sure to donate £50 to that incentive. That's the Play Secret Lab incentive for the Frogan Encore Any Percent by the Hell Fridge. So if you'd like to see that, then be sure to put that your donation towards that incentive. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say before we go on to before we go to the intermission?
Please consider a donation. It's a great cause. Go and enjoy your little cheeky tea break, and we'll meet you back here for Bad Way. You're not going to want to miss it. Bad Way is it's something.
Yeah, you want to stay tuned for Bad Way.
Absolutely. Stay around for Bad Way Any Percent. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes time. So don't go anywhere.